All right, guys, in front of me, the Nakamura Tome WT-300. As you can see, now we got all the covers all in, including, since you guys don't want to paint it, we ended up putting the parts catchers on there as well as the covers that go with it. The reason why, if you did want to paint it, this would all be in the way if I'm painting the inside. So since we're going around that, this is all hooked up. That one's getting hooked up. I believe there's a mechanism that I might be missing that fits on here. I'm going to double check to make sure we don't have it in our picture folder. So we'll have to look at that as well. The one thing I do need from you guys is that I need to cut the ID of each chuck. So if you guys got some kind of boring tool that you guys can send us, would be great. The other thing is too is you got to tell me what the diameter of what you want this to be cut at, because I don't want to cut it too much and then you guys can't use it in the future. So if I could get that, that would be great. We're focused on the inside, getting that all squared away. The parts catcher over here, I had to buy a new, I don't know if it's like a conveyor belt or something like that, some rubber synthetic belt. That'll be here tomorrow. Once I get that in, I'm going to put that in the machine, so then that's all tuned away. These things are a little bit tricky, to be honest with you, if you don't know the controls like we do. We don't. But you have to have these axes in certain spots in order for these things to actuate. So that was always a fun one. But we figured that out pretty easily, calling up methods. They helped us out with applications. So once we get that on here, we're going to do some more tests. I do got the Renishaw guy coming out. I don't know if it's going to be this week or next week to do the Renishaw tests. He came out here during the winter break, but I believe that we had when we were calling out G code, we had something mixed up with X or U or something like that. So we had a little bit of issues doing it. The other thing is too is that some of these axes don't accept the parameters going in that, and I haven't reached out to applications for methods on that one yet, but I'm going to get a full report from my guy and let him know what we were finding just to make sure that's right. The other thing is too is why you have to cut these chuck jaws is because I have to mount a certain adapter in there, so then I could do my ball bar test on both spindles and both turrets to make sure that's all true, so I could give you guys a report too. So if you guys can send me that, gets me one step further. It's not going to slow me down because as you can see over here, I still got all the covers on the backside. We were mostly focused on the front of the machine, getting that all squared away. It's pretty much done for the most part, but this needs to go on. We'll put that up on the machine, and then after that, we'll cut the jaws, and then we have another group of people that will come in here and just start dialing stuff in with the lasers, which we're going to do the XL80 to check for if you want the axis to move 10 inches, it will move exactly 10 inches, and it moves in, I forget if it's 10 thousandths increments to make sure that, your ball screw doesn't grow or, negative doesn't grow, to see exactly where you're at. So if you call it to go 5 inches, it'll go 5 inches. Call it to go 3 inches, it goes 3 inches. Now the ball bar is going to tell you how the axes move together. You want a perfect circle, you don't want an egg shape, because that's when you have problems. So we're going to give you both those tests as promised, but we don't have the guys out here yet. But at least we can put all the covers on, and then after we do the ball bar, after we do the laser, we have methods going to come in here and do like a once over everything. Run it for a couple days. I might run it for a couple days before methods comes in, because you can run it whenever you want. But I just want to give you an update. This is where we're at with everything. And if you have any questions, please give me a call. But this Thursday or Friday, the machine's going to be way more put together, because it's not that much work to put these covers on. Not to take any discredit anybody, but it's a lot easier to put these big covers on than the small tedious stuff. I mean, I don't know if you remember before, we were having a ton of problems with this thing, so we ended up reinforcing this piece. We had to make a new cover on this side here because it wasn't wiping correctly. So now everything's solid, so you can put this thing in rapid either direction. There's no shake, there's no nothing. So it's a tedious task, but it's done. Thank God. That part. But the whole machine, we still got a little bit more work. I'm going to get on my videos a little bit better to show you guys what's going on. If you have any questions, give me a call, but thank you.